I mean, the thing
The killers are fantastic.
they're good is the thing. Like that's,
Yeah.
but it's weird to be like, he got confronted by like Richard Dawkins. There's a video of Richard Dawkins telling him that like Mormonism is fake.
Oh
Who's
yeah.
Richard Dawkins?
He's like the atheist guy. He's like, I used to get him confused with Charles Darwin, to be totally honest.
Yeah, I mean that's what it sounds like.
But yeah, he's like an atheist. He wrote like the God Delusion, I think. And so, and he was like on some show with Brandon Flowers where he was like telling him like Mormonism is fake, and you can see Brandon Flowers almost has like a freak out. Like he really gets a.
Were you gonna say he has like a retard freak out?
Yeah, because like you watch him cycle through like 5 emotions in 3 seconds, you know,
Yeah.
as he like is hearing this guy. But it's weird to be that strictly Mormon and also like cover like Joy Division and stuff on stage.
Oh yeah.
You know, like.
Well, I mean, like, the thing at modern church is not anti-secular. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not as, like, they're, like, you gotta go to, like, Deep South old people to get the people who are, like, afraid of Harry Potter and, like shit like that.
Mormonism is, I don't know, do you have friends who are Mormon?
No, I know a lot of ex-Mormon. My old roommate was an ex-Mormon.
Well, so I've got friends. I mean, I have friends who are ex-Mormon.
Jehovah's Witness. Never mind.
Okay, so it's different.
It is.
But like the Mormon, like the more you find out about like the Mormon Church, it's like it isn't like there's been like a PR campaign for the Mormon Church where it's like it's you know they're like Protestants or Methodists or whatever, and it's like no it's
they're weird.
like a cult. It's like a Scientology level cult.
Super weird. I mean, Jehovah's Witnesses are worse for sure. Jehovah's Witnesses are like the people I know who used to be Jehovah's Witnesses and aren't now. Like they all have the same eyes. Like you know, like they
witness.
You can look right through them. You know, shit like that. Mormonism.
I think that's just door-to-door people who have just gone. I think door-to-door salesmen probably have the Jehovah's Witness eyes.
Well, I think it's just never having Christmas.
It's just like you interrupt 100 dinners and a part of you dies.
If you get punished for having a birthday, I think you're gonna like have trouble adjusting to normal society.
It's not just the one thing.
The Mormonism, because I knew a lady who was a Christian and then converted to Mormonism from Christianity.
That's wild.
Which, I mean, it's like you have an iPhone and then you trade it in for like a BlackBerry. You're like, why did I just step back for no reason? But I mean, there's weird shit with Mormonism. You know, you got the long underwear, you got soaking, you got all this shit, but you also have like a lot of like pretty normal young people who like drink Monster Energy instead of coffee, and they're like happy with that, you know, like shit like that. You know, they do soak, you know, like that is
honestly, soaking doesn't sound that. I mean, it sounds.
Yeah, just fucking hang out.
The shitty part is it being the only thing you're allowed to do.
Okay,
Right.
I get to fuck and not exercise at the same time.
Yeah, dude.
That's
You probably get
awesome.
really
You get to
good
just be a pillow princess.
Because the thing is,
Yeah.
if the cock, I bet the girls get really good at like doing like Kegels while the cock is inside to keep it hard.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, you got your friends shaking the bed for you.
Fair, sure enough.
I also
That's-
just like the idea of God watching two people soak, and then he's like, "Nope, she's clenching. You're going to hell." Also, have we started?
Yeah, we started.
Yeah.
dude.
Damn. All right.
You're talking right into the mic. You did perfect.
Nice.
You're
Cool.
natural.
No, I don't know. I think also, but like Mormons, they set you up with like a wife. That's kind of cool. All you do is you go to BYU and then you leave with a. I've known Mormons. That's why people go to BYU is to meet
get a
their
wife.
spouse.
What if they have no good wives on deck, dude?
It's like dodgeball. You just gotta take. It's like first come, first serve.
The idea of arranged marriage. I do not like the idea of arranged marriage.
Yeah,
'Cause
you have a girlfriend. All right.
Yes,
I wish someone would arrange me a marriage.
but you probably don't want it to be like a religious leader or your parents.
Yeah, would you want your mom to pick out your wife?
He's thinking.
No,
Because that is actually that's kind of what Jewish moms do anyway. Honestly, they really.
I would rather your mom pick my wife than your dad.
I would never let my dad.
I feel like your dad would pick a bad wife, but your mom, I think she would try hard.
Yeah.
You know, I think she'd really think about what you want.
You can't let your dad pick your wife because it just tells you what your dad is into. You know what I mean? Like your dad is hoping if it doesn't work out that he could have a shot.
Right. My mom would pick
finding out your dad made an accidentally horny decision for you. That's not okay.
My mom's like would
She has
grill.
like an 80s like blowout. It's everything your dad would have jacked off to. She has like big fake double D tits and a blowout haircut.
Yeah.
She's wearing a Baywatch outfit.
Yeah, I don't know. My mom would probably find me a woman who could like she'd give her like she'd grill her, be like, "You gonna cook for my son? Are you gonna tell him he's handsome every?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She'd find me a good one.
I like it. Keep describing that scenario. That's kind of nice to imagine.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's cool. I think it's like cool, the idea of
Of an arranged. Why do you, Ben? You're such an interesting guy.
It wasn't arranged marriage. It was just the BYU, because then it's just like it's like you're going to school to fuck. Which is like already a fantasy that people have.
Wait a minute. You think
Sex
that's what's
class?
happening at BYU?
I mean, in a way.
Brigham Young would be horrified to know
They just
this.
have to like marry them first.
Right.
And then
But that's
you
what
get to
happens. They get married in college. Like Mormons get married really young.
and then you get to fuck?
Have you seen the TV show Secret Life of Mormon Wives?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've
They do
watched the
anal.
first season.
Yeah.
Dude, so wait. I don't know if I'm thinking of that one. There was a Mormon reality show that took place in the one part where like polygamy is still allowed. Is this that show?
No, so granted, maybe I jumped in around like the fourth season or whatever, but it's a bunch of like fucking bimbo Mormons who all like swing.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're in Salt Lake and they're like super big in LDS and shit like that.
I'm not. So I haven't seen
Got
that
drug
one.
problems.
I have to watch that.
It's pretty fucking wild.
I watched a Mormon show about sister wives where like they live in like this. I don't even know if it's not in Salt Lake City, but it's in this like other.
Was it Sister Wives?
It might be sister wives.
That's what it's called, I
They
think.
they
Yeah,
live
the
in
show.
these like on like this cliff. There's like all these houses and like this cliff face. And it's a reality show, and like you watch this guy, like he's got like his wife who's like mothered like like 6 of his kids, and she's a little older, and then he starts courting a wife who's like 23, and he immediately just starts spending all of his time at her house. He's like I'm gonna be with the second wife, I'll be back in 2 weeks. Just like there's children just like drawing on the walls, and he's like, yeah, but I'll see you later, baby, I'm gonna go hang out with my new horny daughter.
The series finale is he's got 10 wives and he's sitting alone in his room going, God, I thought this was going to be awesome. I thought this was going to be good.
Well, they on the show they literally say they're like you have like a wife for like physical pleasure. You have a wife who can do like manual labor. You get like you want like a wide
See, that's
variety
what I'm
of
saying.
wives.
It doesn't sound that
Manual
bad.
labor wife? What does she look?
You gotta have some strong wives, dude. You have to have a wife that can
You need
carry
one with
a
a low
bucket
center
of
of
water.
gravity. You need a tall, elegant one.
You need a goblin wife, not for fucking, to just
Right.
do your bidding.
Yeah.
Basically.
Is it like
You need
the
a
eunuch
Middle
in Game
Eastern
of
wife for
Thrones?
disciplinary reasons. Yeah.
But it's brutal. And like you do watch these women. These women are like in hell. Obviously, it's like
Yeah.
their husband just gets to go off and like accrue up to 7? How is it, or is it as many as he wants?
I think it's as many.
As many?
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, it's insane. I'm glad that it's illegal.
It's just like you have 10 wives and you have sex with none of them. Could you imagine?
You have sex with one of them. You have sex
Right.
with the hottest one.
You just
And then the rest of them like do yard work? Is that what
Yeah,
it
and
is?
take care of the kids. And
Damn.
there's like a chart because they also like.
they play good wife, bad wife.
Well, no, but there's like a calendar for like who gets to sleep in the bed with the dad. So like everybody takes turns.
See, my whole
and
thing
you see
is, like,
jealousy
yeah.
between the wives.
Why do women like let dudes get away with that? Because for every dude where it's just like this totally like the Hugh Hefner thing, there's this like repeated pattern of a guy with just like a harem of women who are all vying to spend.
Yeah.
But it's like, and that seems crazy, but they're all assigning that importance or power to dude.
Well,
Why?
because I think that women have been made this. Here comes woke Nick. But I think that especially historically, women have been made to feel that all of their security is tied to being with a man.
right, but
Yeah.
now what's the excuse?
Well, I don't think it doesn't happen as much now. I mean, if you're a Mormon, you've been like brainwashed by like a crazy cult, so
Yeah.
you feel like it's your only option. Because to not be a sister wife would be you to be excommunicated from your
Yeah.
community, and Heavenly Father would turn his back on you.
Yeah, okay.
Which mustn't happen.
But still, even the Hugh Hefner thing, I guess that's
Yeah,
just like
he's
a rich
been
guy.
dead for like quite some time.
Yeah.
And that was also like I feel like any of the girls who were still in the Playboy Mansion when Hugh was like, although I think maybe he was still fucking even as an old man.
He wasn't fucking. He was like masturbating in front of them and stuff because he was so afraid of getting them pregnant. It was super disturbing.
Oh,
my
weird.
God.
Yeah,
Wait,
it was
really?
super disturbing,
Zach,
yeah.
how do you have this knowledge, Zach?
Dude, I did a deep dive, dude. You gotta do a deep dive on Hugh Hefner. You gotta find out about the allegations.
I was the
Imagine being
napkin boy. I had the mop.
It is funny that like the Playboy Mansion is like as it's a cultural institution that's mentioned as casually as like McDonald's, and it's like the weirdest place.
Everyone
on
there
earth.
is a rapist. Like,
Yeah.
it's insane, dude.
If everyone is, no one is. Incredibles 2.
But you just have to like you just gotta let
first
this.
Incredibles.
Yeah, Incredibles 2 is about like being a stay-home dad.
Oh yeah.
I saw that in the theater. I saw it in the movie theater.
I did too.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
The thing that I do remember about seeing that movie is the short in front of it about the little bow.
Oh
remember
yeah,
this?
yeah. I remember
Yes,
that.
I do.
Better
Yeah,
than
yeah.
Incredibles. So,
I also keep Elastigirl on the spank bank for
really well because she could be anything.
Just sometimes it gets hard with the Adderall, or if I've been drinking, and I just gotta dig deep in there.
Adderall makes it way easier to bust, in my experience. If you're on an Adderall bust,
Easier?
Yeah, absolutely.
The paradox with Adderall is it makes me horny, but also it takes like an hour to come.
That's good. That's nice. You're
So I
making her
feel like
good.
a god. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Listen. Well, we've already like touched on my past Adderall. I've had some wonderful Adderall.
Have you ever been
concerta
having
busts.
sex with a real human woman and closed your eyes and imagined a cartoon MILF, just so that you could
Really?
take a breather?
I mean, yeah, all the time. Are you down that rabbit hole?
No, I think I have done that at some point.
Definitely.
But,
One day it'll all be real.
yeah.
This is the
it's the
kind of-
scene. We want to know what scene it is when she gets stuck in the door.
What is this scene?
She gets her waist. I think everyone who's listening knows what scene it is.
I know what scene.
Oh, yeah.
She gets her
Yeah.
waist stuck in the door?
Yeah, she invented stuck porn. I think.
Right.
I don't think there was stuck porn before that.
It's she flattens herself to get under the door, but her ass is too big to make it under the crease in the door.
This is in a
No, that's-
Pixar movie?
No,
This is-
she's going through a long tunnel and there's like
Oh,
doors that close.
Sorry.
And
Noah's thinking of like a
Yeah.
like a
Oh, I'm thinking of the porn I love.
hentai that he watched.
no, and she like stretches her body out and then the doors close on her waist, so it's just her ass stuck on the one side.
That's
of the,
crazy
It's
that they put
literally
that in
I was
stuck
close.
porn. Yeah,
There's no way they would call attention to her ass in a like being.
they do.
Do they
Multiple
really?
times.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
She even looks at it in the mirror. She's like, "Oh, my ass is getting big."
And then
It's
there's a zoom shot where fucking Mr. Incredible looks at her ass
Yeah.
while they're on a rooftop.
like, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That man, I cannot believe the shit that they put in these movies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can watch compilations of all the like Pixar and Disney. I haven't, but you can.
Well, oh my god, it is funny when you go back and watch some of those old like a lot of the Don Bluth movies as well. Like some of the ways they draw the girl animals, you're like, this is why DeviantArt as a site
Yeah.
exists.
Ralph
You know
Bakshi
what I mean?
and stuff.
Dude, Ralph Bakshi has some hot,
What's the one?
hot mamacitas.
It goes back to like the 20s or whatever. Jessica Rabbit.
Well, that's
Betty
Betty
Boop.
Boop.
But at least
yeah.
Betty Boop was a human cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jessica Rabbit was that's from 1989.
Oh.
That's from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. But
From the
yeah, but
the
Betty
olden
Boop.
days.
Betty Boop. I always used to say because I think Betty Boop is supposed to be like I think she's supposed to be a black woman, right?
Really?
No.
I
that
thought the
true?
whole thing is
I
that she
don't
was
think
like
so.
she was based on like a black. I thought the whole thing with Betty Boop is that she was racist.
Have you seen how they drew black people back then?
Anyways, that's why I would always
we would have known.
I always call her Betty Boop, but anyway.
Oh, wait, she was.
Betty.
Yeah, that's
Esther Lee,
exactly-
baby Esther Jones.
Yes.
A black Chicago woman and well-known singer of the 20s.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Yeah,
Wow. They made her white
Yeah,
later.
they Jessica
Yeah.
Albert her.
yeah, no, but anyway. I don't know how we got here. But I was gonna say this is the stuff that Zach and I talk about on the car rides here. This is I'm just like, are you? What are you beating off to, Zach? Anything weird?
What do you feel weird that you get hard at?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's really I've been trying to like deprogram myself from all that stuff.
Yeah, me too. Honestly, I feel like there's like a Rory Scovel bit that talks about it, but he's just talking about getting older as a dude and being like, when is this gonna stop? Because when you're young, you're like just this horny fucking maniac all the time, and you assume that someday.
I did feel
it's gonna
it
end.
stops at 30.
Oh, okay.
You feel you like you hit there's a day where you just like hit a wall where you're like, I am not thinking about this is not informing every decision of my day. But I almost think about it now and I'm like, it's insane. There are so many things decisions I would make on the off chance that it would lead me to pussy.
Oh yeah.
It's psychotic, man.
Oh yeah.
The pressure that I used to feel when talking to any woman at all, of
Really?
like what if she wants to fuck me, is insane. It's really a crazy way to be. It's not good.
Quincy. Quincy, come here. Come here, bub.
Hi, Quincy.
You guys do anything fun this week?
Fucking work, man. That was it. I'm trying to think. I had a show at the Lincoln Lodge, which was very fun.
Oh, yeah.
That was nice.
Dude, I love the Lincoln Lodge.
It's so fun to perform there.
I like the wallpaper.
Yeah, I like that whole place. That place's whole vibe is nice.
Yeah,
I don't like the
small
wallpaper.
You don't like the wallpaper?
I think it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it
the rest,
sucks.
I love that building. I love performing there. I like all the shows. I think the wallpaper is like, I don't know, something my mom would get at Target. It's like, it's tough.
It does-
Gold foil.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to listen. I don't want to disparage one of the few clubs that actually books and pays me, but it does something about it does sort of like delegitimize the when you see photographs of it, you're like, oh, is this a real venue or were
Yeah.
you just like at a like the fact there's like a framed painting behind you too. It looks like you're in like a living room.
Yeah, it does. It
Yeah.
looks like a bad sex club.
I don't know.
You know, it looks like the Velvet Rope.
I feel like it makes it look classy, and I feel like comedy clubs are like, it's such a not classy thing to use the space for.
Sure,
Just
yeah.
let people like yell their takes into micro. But I don't know.
No, I agree. I
Also,
kinda,
the comedy clubs, like we started like there was a place called Fun House in Portland that was literally just literally like a like
There were like
clowns.
clowns everywhere.
It was just uncomfortable. I'm just so used to being like physically uncomfortable in the space.
I felt more uncomfortable. I feel more uncomfortable in like legit like chain comedy clubs than I
Yeah.
do in like Funhouse, where it's just like this is like everything's like IKEA, everything's like purple. Why are the walls
Dude,
purple?
Yes.
You know,
there's a place in Maryland called Magooby's, which is now like a well-known club,
Yeah.
but like it was like converted because it was originally like a dinner theater. So the ceilings are really high, and it's got stadium seating. But then like it's just a little comedy club. It's now they get big headliners, but it used to be like you'd open for like Keith Anthony was like a guy that I would open for. He's like a New York. Yeah, you've never heard of him.
Yeah.
And how lucky you are. And the problem is like there are these paintings over the stage of like Richard Pryor and George Carlin. They play like Eye of the Tiger when the show starts, and then like you're seeing local comics like Sonny Fuller and Walt Australia. You're setting the bar way too high with these guys will not be here. You know what I mean?
Right.
yeah.
But it's purple. It's so weird.
Yes, a lot of those comedy clubs have the vibe of like an uncle who spends a lot of money to make his house like appealing to kids, or like the Michael Jackson Neverland thing, like
Yeah.
where you could tell like some adults.
It's like weird that there's not like a play place.
Yeah,
Like a slide or like something with rubber so you don't hurt when you hit your head on it.
right. Yeah,
I feel like every corner in a comedy club should be round. Yeah.
I love. And they're always located in like the weirdest. They're always located next to like an oil refinery or something.
Yeah.
Like all these comedy clubs that are like on like the outskirts of a town. So funny to me, dude. I remember one time the owner of Magooby's was like, I was in the kitchen and he was like, he held up like a boneless chicken wing. He was like, I paid 10 cents for one of these. And I was like,
good old
you
Magooby.
just made me pay $12.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Just the shitty food that costs $15.
Yeah, it's insane, man. Comedy club. I mean, like, I would love to work it more, but yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that's all I did with my week. I've just been working, man. I'm
Nice.
such a slave to my job. I need to.
Is it shitty walking dogs in the cold?
It's terrible.
Yeah.
And it's gonna get worse. I've been out in like 10-degree weather.
Yeah.
I've got my sweatpants on under my pants right now because.
I got these fleece line.
Nice.
Dude, that's why I'm rocking the cargo. I got
Oh, dude.
dude, look at that. I got the cargo, I got the fleece. Dude, I can
I used to get fucking like goofed on for wearing cargo pants, but I feel like I should bring it back.
It's hip now.
Is
It's
it
like,
really?
Yeah, it's like a cool everything gay ends up cool. Like
When Noah
I
does it.
switch it up.
Yeah.
I always switch it up right as I would have been good. Right
Yeah.
as it would have looped back to me being like.
yeah, dude. But it's got cuz
It's
like
the man in the pants.
when I was in high school, what got suddenly cool was like pretending to be white trash. It was like you get a pickup truck and then you dip. Dipping was like a cool thing to do when I was in high school. Everybody stopped smoking, started dipping, and like got into country music and conservative politics.
Dude, there were the young Republicans in my high school, and these were like fucking like Yeah, we're from like a preppy suburb in Maryland.
Yeah.
Everybody lives in that. You know, a week prior, they were wearing like salmon, like, you know, like fucking collared shirts. And then they all just started wearing like straw cowboy hats. They all got pickup trucks. They were, yeah, dude, just, they would put like pieces of straw in their mouth and like chew on them.
That's not at all what I was thinking. So they went Tom Sawyer Republican. They went Huckleberry Finn.
But they would listen to like Travis Tritt and Kenny Chesney and stuff just in the back of these trucks. And it looked so gay, dude.
Hey fellas, you want to go hit a wooden circle with a stick? You want to? Don't tread on me. I'm trying to play jacks.
It's so funny too to hear about like kids on the West Coast like playing white trash because it's like I went to high school in the like fucking shitty Midwest and everybody's like everyone's like tailing the culture that on the coast. Like everyone's. What was cool 5 years ago in California is cool in the Chicago suburb. You know what I mean? So, and then you get actually out there and they're trying to be corn farmers. So,
well, the funny thing about like the kids at my school, they were really pantomiming what people are like on the eastern shore of Maryland because we were sandwiched between two white trash towns. We were between like Pasadena and Glen Burnie. But those guys are just like that's white trash where they just think they're Eminem. They're just like white rapper one. They're not listening to. They're not wearing cowboy hats.
Yeah.
You know, everybody smells like smoke. You got greasy hair. GTA 3 is on the television of your grandmother's daytime like daycare, you know, like that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Just like fucking like glass doors.
I don't know. Maybe I was on too much drugs in high school, but I don't remember that clearly. Like all I remember is like there was the big divide was like kids who did drugs and didn't really play sports and then like jock types. Like that was the one big like style difference between people.
Right.
And it was probably like 60% the like athletic bro-y types of dudes and they all just exactly the same. That's my memory of high school. They all wore the Nike slides with like the high socks and like like same haircut, t-shirt. Like it was just nothing.
I went to a California high school, so the jocks at my school all did drugs, and it was like the water polo guys. It was like guys who, it was like the peak of cool was having chlorine hair, you know?
Yeah,
like,
there were those
like green hair from the chlorine, or like Then the raver kids were super popular, who were like all into Miyazaki movies and would like we would have beatboxing duos at our pep rallies and shit.
Noah's high school was literally like not a real. I've been there. I've walked
This
through.
sounds you haven't said any expected stereotypes. You're like the raver kids who love Hayao Miyazaki.
Yeah,
what the
dude.
fuck are you talking
Yeah,
about?
dude.
The jocks who have with their water polo chlorine hair.
We had those. We had the swimmer jocks, and they were though like those were the real druggies.
The swim team was not cool. Where
they would rape each other in the locker room and die of heroin overdoses. That's what swimmers did at my high school.
Oh my God! Tell that to Michael Phelps, man. You know that's
dude,
not.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to be alone in a room with him. I get scared when I see that hair.
That dude is tall.
Yeah,
I watched him qualify for the Olympics, and I was like, "This guy's a fucking tool." I came in last in my heat for that. Then we watched Michael Phelps get in, qualify for the Olympics. I was like, "He's fucking."
It's not fair. He's got bigger
did you
feet.
try to qualify for the Olympics?
No. So they do it.
Yeah.
So at a swim.
That was a
meet-
walk on.
No, so at.
I was living out of my car still.
So we would go to swim meets. I was on swim team, and but like he was part of a swim club as well. And within regular swim meets, they would have like time set aside where like you're not racing, where like he qualified because like all that stuff happens in like preliminary. Anyway, yeah, we all watched him like qualify for that
Nice. Like you were in the room with him?
it wasn't a room. We were like outside, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We watched him like get whatever time he got to. Again, I don't know. It was a step on his journey. We knew he was going to go to the Olympics, and he like made some time where it was like, okay, yeah, he's definitely.
There was a guy at
damn.
my high school who went on to the Olympic trials and was like his name. Like there was a record board in the pool room, and it was just his name over and over and over again.
Damn.
But yeah, dude, I don't know. Those
Chlorine
dudes
hair
are
is-
scary.
I have to say, chlorine in the hair, salt water too. Your hair is so cool. You almost don't want to wash it.
Yeah.
You look like an anime. You look like Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's nice, but yeah, no, Your school sounds insane.
Have you ever
man.
seen Zoe 101? You ever watch like shows or movies where
Yes.
you look at their school and you're like, all right, there's no actual high schools like that.
No,
Like, what is this
no.
bullshit? Like set?
schools in California are like that?
Yeah.
My
I
school
always-
was totally
that's
like
so-
that. Like,
Yeah.
it was like exactly like that.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah. Like,
did
how
you
big
go?
were your guys' schools?
My school had I think 2,500 people. It was a big school.
Mine had
Okay.
like 1,400 per grade. So mine had
Holy
like
shit.
4,000. It's built like a prison.
That's insane.
It's just a giant school, like brick square
Yeah.
that was like had like 5,000 kids in it.
So like the school that I went to was the same building that my parents went to. It was built in like the 40s or something, and it remained the same till I went to high school. A couple years after I graduated, they knocked the school down, and now it's like a futuristic like chrome tower. Just in the
hell yeah.
it looks insane. It's just like in the middle of this small town.
Damn.
And yeah.
Have you seen American Graffiti?
so
Yeah.
good. Dude.
Yeah, my high school was the high school in that
Oh,
movie.
shit.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That is the most fun thing after like if you've lived in like California watching movies and just being
Yep.
like, there. Yep, there.
What was crazy?
I can do that with like, there's a lot of movies that were filmed in the Chicago, like Breakfast Club and like all those John Hughes 80s movies are
Right.
all Ferris Bueller. All that shit.
13 Reasons Why was shot in my hometown. Yeah, dude. Oh, we used to see them film driving around cars and shit.
That's so
Yeah.
fun, man.
I just remember being angry when I visited California because I was just like, fuck, dude, like these people live in actual paradise. People
Nah.
have like surfboards on there. There were things about it that I just wasn't expecting that now looking back makes sense. But in my head, I was just like, I don't think I really believed that there were like palm trees everywhere in California and that people just in Northern California had like surfboards on their.
Northern California is nice. I think that Southern California is a little apocalyptic.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. LA is disgusting.
It, like,
But
I see
Downtown LA is fucking
palm
gross.
trees have a bad connotation for me because no, they just palm trees just drop these huge fucking like leaf. They'll like smash the windshield of your car.
People die. More people die from coconuts than shark attacks, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you saw a fucking shark while we were in.
Yeah, that was the other thing that I was like, we were just walking through a neighborhood and I looked over a little bridge and I saw a fucking leopard shark, dude.
Holy shit.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, it like swam in from the bay.
Yeah, fucking people accidentally catch those and then just hack them up on the shore and leave their bodies.
They don't try to eat them?
No, it's illegal. So they just like smash their heads in and leave them all mangled up.
That is
like
legal?
in public beaches. I don't think so, but I guess it's a loophole.
Yeah.
You got to do something.
Jesus.
Like I
Who's
guess
gonna know if I ate a leopard shark? I mean, that would be really upsetting if the LAPD started inspecting my toilet.
you really don't want to though.
Yeah.
I feel like fucking Bay Area fish. That's gross.
That's fair.
That's fucking
Definitely.
gross.
Gay sharks, dude. You don't want that.
I really want to go to the Bay Area. I want to go to San Francisco.
Have you never been?
Never been.
I mean, it's cool. It's like kind of empty and super expensive
Yeah,
now.
that's what I hear. Yeah.
It's not. It's
Beautiful.
My
though.
wife and I, my girlfriend and I are looking for a nice place to eat. We've heard this place, the Tenderloin. Is there a lot of good stuff? Might we find a nice steak?
Dude, the Tenderloin is like a block long now.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's just everything got pushed out. There's like no homeless people. Like,
What?
I used to. I mean, it might be different now, but I used to hang out with homeless people all the time in San
like the-
Francisco. Those were my guys.
They're like the American bison. There's
Yeah.
only 3 left, but they used to have herds.
Well, that's what it's like going to the Tenderloin. Because
Yeah.
the Tenderloin, when I was like drinking in San Francisco and shit, Tenderloin was like the part that I ran through. Like I did not want to stay there.
Yeah.
And you'd get stuck like Geary Street or whatever. And now you go to the Tenderloin, it's like it's a way shorter run. You can kind of
Really?
jog it. Yeah,
I had no idea.
yeah. Well, I mean, they're just closing in on anything. Clarion Alley was where I drank in high school, and it was like I used to just sit with like a group of homeless people and fucking drink 40s all night. Like I had a guy. There was a guy named Germ, a guy named Scum that I used to drink with, and. Scum was a rodeo guy, but he was also homeless, and he would buy us 40s and
Dude,
shit.
you meet
That's
you
so-
meet interesting people when you're young and you can't get into bars because
Yep.
it's like you want to just go fuck around and like break rules, but you can't go to like the allotted place. When I moved to Portland when I was 18, there was like 2 years before I could drink, 3 years before I could drink, and I used to just hang out on Alberta Street or buy these like food carts. And I met a dude named Tumbleweed. I met a dude named Beer Change who literally had Fat Pride tattooed under his eyes, but he was a skinny guy. So I don't understand. I met a dude named the Weatherman who literally had one of those lunch boxes, you know, like the zip up, like cold lunch boxes that you can carry around. Mm-hmm. He had one of those. He opened it up and there was a thermos full of liquid LSD in this thermos, and he brought it out at this food cart.
Yeah.
And
Germ was a Native American white supremacist, and he had
Where's that
hated for my
Chappelle Show
beliefs
episode?
tattooed in Norse runes across his forehead,
Dude.
And he used to spit on the gay parade.
All I'm
This
saying,
was my best friend.
All
Man.
I'm
I would
saying-
drink with this guy every night.
you don't meet people like that indoors.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, there's like not the same outdoors culture. I feel like.
I love the idea of like being
the-
homeless and being like, I'm an outdoorsy type.
Well, I was like what would be considered like a street kid.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
like I did drugs. I never showered. I hung out with homeless people, and like I don't know, gentrification took that from us. You know?
It took Germ, dude. That's
took
so It's
Germ.
crazy to be Native American and to change it. He probably had an awesome name.
Yeah,
it was
dude.
probably something like Cunning Eagle, and he was like, "Fuck this."
Yeah, hates
Yeah.
Mexicans with fists.
Yeah. Shares his needle.
The Peace Needle. The Peace Needle was going around. Yeah.
Yeah, Germ. Well, I hung out with him a few times. I didn't hang out with him a lot, but there was one time I got really fucked up, and he tried to give me a tattoo in his apartment, and I was like 16, and I was trying to go up to his apartment, and my friends were like, "Dude, stop! Don't do this." I wanted
not
him to
let
give
a-
a tattoo of a bat across my back.
Like,
You're like, dude,
excuse me.
if a neo-Nazi was giving me a tattoo, I'd be like, "You promise it's a bat, right? You're not adding anything."
Hey, Germ, you're sure this is sanitary, right?
Yeah.
Hey, bacteria, how's it going back there? Yeah, I gave myself a tattoo when I was 14 with this girl I was dating at the time. Like, we went to hang out with her friends, and they were a bunch of like white trash cornfed dudes, and yeah, they just passed me like this little duffel bag that had all of the tattoo shit, but like ink had spilled in there, and it was duct taped together. And then they were showing me the tattoos they'd given themselves, and it was like somebody nodded off while they were giving one of them
like stick and pokes, like
No, it was a machine. It was like a bzzz.
holy shit.
And I was just like, let me try that shit. I still have it on my thigh. I have like this is what I gave myself. That's what I thought was cool as a 14-year-old.
I
It's a
never
shaka.
make. Oh, I
That
see.
is cool. That's a cool tattoo.
It is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely. I never let anybody tattoo me. I would take drugs. I would do anything. I would get into crazy.
You would let somebody give you a spinal tap.
Well, listen. That was a.
My
that was
body is a temple, okay?
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, listen. For whatever reason, I had it like drilled into my head. They're like, you don't get a tattoo. By my parents, they're like that. You'll ruin your body forever. You don't get a
I'm
tattoo.
Jewish.
Only right, exactly.
Yeah.
So something. I don't know why was so impressed upon me.
Because you're a good boy.
I
And
might-
they
well,
got in there.
Come to find out, there was I forget which Christmas this was. This was a few Christmases ago. I've always thought, yeah, you never get a tattoo. My parents harp on it so much. My mom bends over. It's Christmas morning. She
Let's
bends
go.
over to get a Christmas gift for one of us, and the back of her pants comes in. My mom has a Rolling Stones tramp stamp. I was like, what
That's
the
so cool.
fuck is this? You give me all this shit.
Yeah.
Your mom is Elastigirl, dude.
I
That's
don't.
what I was saying.
Don't need to say
That's
that.
where Mick Jagger licked her.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I was
That's where
floored.
Keith Richards spit on her back.
Yeah.
I was furious to see that. I was like, I cannot believe the double standard.
Mom, you never said you were a slut. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Nah.
And
my
then
my
she got-
parents
yeah.
have tattoos.
Yeah, I think both my parents have tattoos, but they hide them from us.
Yeah, my parents keep theirs covered. Or my mom has one on her wrist, but and my dad's on his
Yeah.
chest.
It's too late for me to get a cool
My
tattoo.
mom's got a swastika, but it's under her hair, so no one ever sees it.
right
Yeah.
where the she yarmulke goes.
Yeah, when I'm acting up, his mom just parts her hair and says, "I know people." You want me to call the brothers?
It'd be really fun. This is weird, but I just thought of those videos of like it'll be like somebody getting their head shaved because they're going through chemo, and then like the hairdresser will just like take the thing and start shaving their own head at the same time, and it's like this like tear jerker.
Right.
Like, oh, this is so sweet. Imagine one of those videos, but the hairdresser just was like, you know what, and starts shaving their head, and you just see a bunch of racist tattoos being exposed. That would be funny.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's too late for me to get like a cool tattoo. I had a bunch of like cool tattoo ideas when I was younger, but then they're like expensive as fuck. I could never justify it.
I'll give you a tattoo.
Well,
I will straight up give you a tattoo.
Yeah, that's
I've done a lot of my. Lily's given me all my tattoos.
I'll give you a spinal tap.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, let me tattoo my name on you.
Property of Noah.
I have Noah's initials tattooed on me.
Well, and guess what? I don't have Ben's.
I know. And I act like it doesn't bother me, but it does a little bit.
Nuts, man.
It does.
Well, you
bother
can just
me.
tell people it's Northwest. You're from the Pacific Northwest.
Well, I always went with no worries. But
No worries,
I'm
yeah.
not from the Pacific Northwest.
You spent time there.
But Ben's got my initials. Our old roommate, our good friend, has Ben's initials, and then I have their initials. So we did a circle. Is what happened.
That's crazy.
I'm
man.
like the person on the end of the human
you-
centipede who just has to eat shit.
and
No, because Silas has your initials.
Yeah,
so let me
that's
get this straight. You guys think that means something?
I don't think it doesn't.
No, I'm kidding.
All right, fuck you, dude. I'll go to your house when you sleep. I'll fucking tattoo your head.
No, I'll let you. I'll think long and hard about a tattoo that you can give me.
Okay.
Yeah. I really like, I don't know. Tattoos are like the one thing where I'm like, because my girlfriend is covered in tattoos. She's got all
Okay.
kinds of
She
tattoos.
gave a tramp stamp that says emergency exit, alarm will sound.
Yeah, maybe I should get a tattoo around my ass and my cock and my balls. Maybe I should.
I want you to get a tattoo around your asshole that says second mouth.
Backup mouth.
Yeah.
You know, you should get a Rolling Stones tramp stamp.
That would be hilarious.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I make my pants low enough that my mom can see it
Yeah.
this Christmas.
Can
It's
I
like,
be
wow.
honest?
Yeah.
This is the dumbest
That'll show
tattoo
her.
idea that I actually want to get, and I'm embarrassed, but I do actually want this. I want a tattoo of a gun on my hip, so that you just lift your shirt up and it just has a holster, like a
Oh.
revolver.
That's cool
Yeah, so gay, but also, why do I want that?
because it's sick.
Like an old revolver, you know?
Yeah, no, definitely.
You think it would be cool?
I think it would be cool. I mean,
Don't
listen, I'm
gas
not
up
like
my
I'm
bad
like I
ideas.
feel I have never felt like more of a virgin here with my untouched, uninked body.
Zach, do you have tattoos?
Nope.
No.
Hell yeah.
There is something
that.
cool
Zach's
about
also, like,
going your whole
19.
life and not
What?
getting one. Now that everybody's got one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the cool thing
I'll
to do
see
is
you in heaven, Zach.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly, dude.
the cool thing is to either have none or have a bunch. I think. It's
Yeah, I
agree.
if you have one, it's that's pretty gay.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
That's
would
like
you
the
have
boomer
a crazy
move.
weekend, you know?
Yeah.
I watched a girl get her asshole tattoos. She got like a tattoo of like a bunch of not in real life. What was it? She get it was
on Pornhub.
no. I'm trying to think. Did she get like I can't remember if she got something related to do like with the Beatles tattooed on her asshole.
Oh my god.
Which is like which is such a crazy thing.
It's like Paul and George on one side, and then John on one, and then the butthole is Ringo.
it might have been. I might have dreamed that. I think she just got like octopus tentacles or something.
Yeah.
Octopus tentacles is
Something
so
like
much
that.
worse than the Beatles.
I like when girls have tattoos in like sensitive places. That is fun. It's always fun to see that. That's a nice. I didn't know. That's like a little freebie getting thrown in where it's like I didn't know this was going to be down here.
I don't know. When I'm watching a porn and she has a piercing on her vagina?
No. Well, that's totally.
I click off of it.
Piercings are totally different
Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
Why is that though?
because you
Scary.
You can feel it. Like
Yeah.
you can almost like feel the pain of
Yeah.
like, it's the same reason why like it's watching somebody. You don't feel anything when you watch somebody get their head cut off in a movie, but when somebody gets like a fingernail ripped, you're like, I know what that feels
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
You could imagine having something driven through the
Through my clit.
tip of your penis. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like if I ever saw a girl in real life with like a clit piercing, I'd be like, well, I'm not gonna. Choke
I
you.
made her take it out.
Yeah. Take it out.
I was like, I can't. I was like, this is not happening unless you get rid of that. Right
She's
now.
like, oh no, I can flip it up. It's like a septum ring. I can hide it.
But I've dated so many girls who have had like their tits pierced, and I'm
Oh,
like, that's like a
different.
normal thing.
That's great.
Yeah.
Really?
Quincy,
I'm
don't-
freaked out by it as well.
Quincy's gonna
That's all right,
delete
Quincy.
the
You
episode.
just lick it, Quincy. It's fine.
Come here. Come here.
No, tip piercings freak me out too because you can see. Like that's another one. I'm like, I feel this.
Yeah, but I mean, those are cool.
You like those?
Yeah.
We need to. Everybody's messing with their bodies too much, man. These are like we gotta. I need these women pure, untouched, white as snow.
Yep. Regular nipples.
Regular nipples. I don't know. I've never done piercings. Piercings seem like I've got friends who have like they got like septum piercings and
Sure.
like eyebrow piercing, but I don't do that stuff.
I'm gonna get my nipple.
Really?
I'm gonna get my nipple pierced. I
Yep.
think it'd be funny.
Are you gonna get a bar? Or are you gonna get like a little like?
I'm gonna get a bar. I'm gonna get a little bar in
No,
my
you-
nipple.
You gotta get the ring so we can
Yank on it.
So we can yank on it.
I'm
dude.
not tempting my friends with a yankable part of me. Fucking get out of here, dude.
Like you don't already have yankable parts.
Well,
Alright.
you don't yank it.
I
But if
know.
I had a nipple ring,
It's
you're
called
not telling me
restraint.
that I wouldn't have one friend who thought it'd be funny to come up and lead me by my nipple somewhere.
Absolutely.
I don't
Oh,
want to do
I'm
that.
totally gonna flick you in the nipple once you get it.
Just bleed through all my shirts every time Ben's around.
Yeah.
I started.
You know what scared me is doing CPR because when I was a lifeguard, I did all the CPR training shit, and they were like teaching you
used
how
to
to
just
use.
yank on women's nipples.
No.
Wake up!
They would teach you how to use the AED, and you tape one of them. In the movies, it's like this thing, but in real life, they have like a thing. You tape it by one shoulder, and you put the other one down here, and it sends an electrical current through the heart. And if they have nipple rings, those are metal and conduct electricity. So when you do that, it's gonna like sear off their nipples. And they tell you don't waste time trying to get these nipple rings off. Just try and save their life. So in my head, if I got nipple rings, it's like I'm gonna have a heart attack or something, and then just have my nipples like burned off.
I can't even, dude. That is like that's crazy. I don't even like thinking about that.
Yeah.
It
Imagine
would be hilarious to see a woman drowning and then Ben tries to save her and her nipples just explode.
You should have let me
from
die.
everybody.
Oh yeah, it's gotta suck to you're looking down at like she has a beautiful rack. You're like I'm about to ruin
Yeah.
this. You know.
Yeah.
It's just,
Do one of these.
about to turn her into the worst burn victim you've ever seen. Yeah, no, that's and reason enough for me to never get them.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm scared of being poked. Needles, I can do. I can do needles. Something about piercings.
I can do a giant needle in my spine.
You know, when it's like, I mean,
That's
look,
crazy.
if-
I have nightmares about like not from you saying it,
Yeah,
but
I don't care.
just like before. Even I think I saw some movie of somebody getting like a spinal tap, and it like
If somebody was like, "I'll pierce," well, here's the thing: if somebody was like, "I'll give you $20,000 if you let me pierce your nipples," I'd be like, "All right, we're game." Let's do it."
Yeah.
You
you know how many
but-
snakes I could buy with 20,000. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I don't know. Yeah, I see. I feel like such a square man. I always like, whenever I like, I don't know. I just missed out. I missed out on having like a cool life and doing cool stuff. Like when I was younger, like getting tattoos, being pierced. I missed out on like living uninhibited, like you guys, because like
Sorry,
my
just getting Tinder matches. Over
that's
here.
I knew the sound immediately. My parents just like drilled into it. It's like you got to be a good boy.
Okay.
So I had to do everything under like subterfuge. You know, I had to be like so secretive with all my stuff.
Oh well, I did too. That's part of it too. Is you just lie to your parents.
Yeah. But you were hanging out with like homeless people, which is like
Oh, they didn't know that.
You sure?
I didn't have like a cool like. How are the homeless people today, honey? Like, fucking. Did you drink Four Locos? Did you make a sidewalk slam? What? Remind me again what that is. What's a sidewalk slam again?
So you completely hid like that from your parents.
Oh yeah, they just thought I was out a lot. They thought I was like a just out in nature or something. They thought I was like they were like it was like the 1940s. You know, hey, make sure you at least come home to sleep. You know, so I was gone every day from about before school until like 9-10 at night. Every night, and then I just spent my weekends in San Francisco was what I did.
see.
So like, as long as I was home, there weren't like a lot of questions. I used to just like come out of blackouts having conversations with my parents and shit. Like
I'm impressed at your ability to hold it together.
I had full conversations with my mom, who was dating, went on to marry, but was dating.
FBI guy.
Yeah, FBI guy, and I came home on like 3 hits of acid and had a full conversation with both of them.
Damn.
While the granite countertop in front of us was like I was poking it while they were talking to me, and it was rippling. But I was always I have naturally really dilated pupils.
Yes, you
so
do.
I'm like able to be on acid in front of people.
We might have already talked about this, but I used to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I had like hung out with my parents on acid. I was like, we got so stoned one time, me and my best friend before he passed away, and we smoked like, I don't know, it's like the highest I've ever been off pot. And then we had to go have like family dinner with my grandparents. We like forgot. Like we went back to my house thinking we were going to hang out, and they're like, oh yeah, Sean can stay over. Like, meanwhile, people are about to get here. And then, but I used to be able to do all that stuff. I used to be able to like do mushrooms in my room, like, like while my sisters were like baking cookies downstairs.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think I could ever.
The trick is you just got to say weird, out of pocket shit around your parents your whole life, and then they can't tell.
Yeah.
Also, have you guys heard of the Dare?
The song,
the guy,
the Dare. Yeah, he's like the new like he's got that song Girls.
There's like three people on like whatever. So it's a musician.
Oh, is that the I like girls who do drugs?
Yeah, but it's old. That song's like 2 years old at this point.
People keep telling me I look like him. Do I look like him?
Yeah, I guess you sort of look. Yeah, you got his
like
eyes.
Three girls on Tinder have said that I look like. I thought she meant Dare as in like too good for drugs.
No, I was telling Zack about that because Zack didn't grow up with that. But no, she's talking about the.
Oh, you didn't grow up with Dare?
Not really. I mean, they made us watch a documentary about how scary meth was, but that's the closest we got.
Zack, because in the conversation we had in the car, you were like, "Yeah, I feel like America's like pretty fine with people who do drugs." I was like, "Not when we grew up." Dude.
I mean, we had I remember we watched a cartoon where they were like that was like where supposed to show you how different drugs affect you. Like there was a kid who drank too much, and then there was a kid who sniffed glue. That same kid who sniffed glue got high off of licking stamps. And after I saw that, I was like, I gotta get me some stamps.
Dude, those videos
stamps
literally
don't get you high.
No,
they just gave us ideas for drug. Like I remember it was like, this is your brain on drugs, and it was like an egg on a frying pan, and me and all my friends were like, cool, dude, I want to be over easy.
Do you remember that I don't know if this is like dating myself, but they had those cartoon like after school specials, like the cartoon all stars where it was like the Care Bears and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, like all the Saturday morning cartoons like had to like stop this kid from like doing drugs. It's like this cartoon kid gets into drugs, and like all the cartoons come out of the TV, they're like, don't do drugs, it's not. And then I think like Captain Planet was there. It's a thing. It's totally a thing. Like the chip, I want to say it's like the Ninja Turtles and the Care Bears are definitely there.
Okay.
Maybe the Chipmunks.
The Ninja Turtles, dude, yeah, they fucking got high for sure.
For sure, they did. They lived underground. They were eating pizza all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like Hey Arnold, that kid smoked weed.
Definitely. Oh, those kids definitely smoked weed.
Yeah, they smoked a lot of weed.
Yeah. That cartoon was also made by people who smoked a lot of weed.
For sure.
You can always tell.
For sure. Well, that was my favorite thing about like growing up, like watching like Cartoon Network, was like the clear like drug influence on all those shows.
Oh yeah.
That's why those shows are cool.
Mm-hmm.
Ed and Eddie's just like.
Oh, dude, that's the greatest cartoon of
Best
all time.
one.
The moving lines are amazing.
That's the best fucking cartoon.
Double D.
It was good.
And you know what? Workaholics that was like the grown-up version of
I
Ed
love
and Eddie.
Workaholics.
You
I
got
agree.
to keep it, dude. The two greatest TV shows of all time, outside Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, that's the formula. It's three retarded guys.
Yeah.
On a mission.
And they're different. They're different levels of. There's like they're all retarded, but one is the most retarded, and then one is.
And the least retarded, they acted like a genius.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude. It's like because he can do simple math and like a clean room.
Tale as old as time. The main guy, the money one, he's just Jewish, right?
Yeah. He's retarded with ambition.
Yeah.
That's what it is. He's stupid, but he's a go-getter.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I get that. And I like how their motivating force was jawbreakers.
Jawbreakers.
It was the jawbreakers.
Double D!
Yeah.
Give me a jawbreaker!
I don't know if he ever said that one. I was with you until the last part.
I couldn't think of actual line.
Yeah, no, me either. Honestly,
That'd be crazy.
He loved. I loved the job that he loved. I like that guy because they're all named Ed. That guy liked the old horror movies.
That was the single D
Yes.
Ed.
Single D
yeah.
Ed. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was always fun. They dropped the Jawbreakers thing. That show changed later on, where like they like brought like adults into it, and it was like not the like I think like
Really?
you see like Eddie's like older brother, like he actually comes back and is like a character, and you're like, this is not.
Damn weird. I didn't watch. I mean, yeah, I haven't seen. I've only seen the early stuff, but it's. Yeah.
I watched cartoons way too. I'll still fucking throw some cartoons on. Dude.
Yeah, I mean, I think me and Lily watched some Ed, Ed and Eddie a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got it on HBO.
Just Incredibles for me.
just Elastigirl.
Yeah. Dude, I do miss the way I like. Dude, did you used to? I used to. This seems like such an innocent time now, looking back on it. But I used to have on demand.
Oh yeah.
And I would, when my mom was gone, I would go on demand, and I would look for movies, and I would try and tell from the title if it seemed like there would be tits in it, and then I would
Yes.
watch it, and I would fast forward the whole fucking movie, just for like a couple seconds of, and I wouldn't even jerk off or anything. It was just like that was enough.
that
to
was-
just see.
That was FearNet for me. There was because like we didn't have the premium channels, but on Comcast On Demand you got FearNet, which was
Yeah.
all horror movies and it was free. And they were uncensored.
Yeah.
There might have been like ads in between, but there were tits in those movies.
Yeah.
But you have to but the problem is you have to be fast. You got to be a quick draw masturbator.
Right.
Because soon after you see tits, usually they're getting murdered. You know what I mean? So
Right.
like to make sure that you're not like crossing wires and like beating off to like gore.
Yeah.
You have to be so fast.
If fucking Nick stood in front of the TV and just go, ah! Fucking, ah!
And then you accidentally come while she's getting murdered, and then you just become
You're-
a predator.
Now you're
You're-
fucked, man.
Yeah.
Fucking come with just his fit.
Like, this is my thing now.
That was a real thing with me with Final Destination 3. Have I talked about this on the show? I know I've
No,
have I
I
talked about
haven't
this?
heard-
All right, so
I
there's
haven't heard this.
there's a kill in Final Destination 3 where these two girls are in tanning beds and they are like their tits are out, they're looking nice. And the tanning beds obviously crank up too hot. What are you doing?
I'm just taking off my
okay.
hoodie because the heater came on.
I thought you were looking it up. And the tanning bed obviously gets so hot that they're both like burned alive. But you got 30 seconds of like good boobage prior to that.
Yeah.
So I would try to fast forward back and forth before they're getting like cooked and like charred. But there's a delay on old on demand. So I would keep just missing it.
Damn it.
I was playing this game going back and forth between like the 30 rock solid seconds.
It's called gooning. You invented it.
I invented gooning, and your parents come home. It's never good, you know. Like it's not. But that was how we had to beat off, man. I remember beating off to like music videos, like as close as you could get to like
yeah.
porn.
Yeah, I remember watching Showgirls and just rewinding over the part where they put ice cubes on their nipples.
Well, Showgirls is
and that's what
nice.
that's, now I have to see like, billiard balls coming out of your body
Well, you don't have to
to
see
even
that.
have it shot. You know what I mean? Just
I get
how
it.
much has changed.
You need to see a woman with a speculum. You need an OBGYN needs to be present and performing a
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
There needs to be there needs to be an animal getting fucked.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. You gotta get off that stuff, dude. You gotta like
Off the
go back.
bestiality
You gotta
porn?
try jacking off to like
I'm
fertility
trying. I'm weaning
idols
myself off of
and cave paintings.
the 4chan
Yeah.
message board. No, I'm just kidding. I gotta stop saying I'm just kidding when I'm obviously kidding.
Yeah.
Because I'll like listen back to little bits of podcasts we've recorded, and I don't realize, but I just shorten it into a not even a word to like, I'm just,
Yeah.
and I'll just say that like I'm just,
Yeah.
and
It's nice.
I,
I mean,
want
I
to
like it.
fucking kill myself.
It's snappy. Don't kill yourself. I need you for at least 30 more episodes.
I'm not kidding. I'm just gonna start. Anytime I would normally say I'm just kidding, I'm gonna start saying I'm not kidding.
I'm not kidding.
I need to stop watching bestiality porn. I'm not kidding. I'm serious.
Yeah, no, it's we always loop back to like beating off on this show. And I haven't even done it in like a week. I'm due for one.
Damn, you got to walk your dog too. You know,
I
it's not
really
just
do.
about these other dogs.
I really do. I need to have I need to sit down.
You got to take care of that dog that's in you, son.
Mm-hmm. It's bad. Have you guys done anything else?
Other than jerk off.
I mean, in your lives, is there anything? I'm trying to think of something else we could talk about. I keep wanting to Zack told me something that he used to do that I've been not about jerking off that I've been like thinking about nonstop because I just got hit with this.
Oh, what was it?
Fortnite is releasing like a life sim Like,
Oh yeah, I got lost in GTA RP for like a couple weeks. It was kind of a dark time in my life. I'd wake up, play GTA RP, and then go to sleep and just live that life.
he was telling me about this in the car. I was like, what is that? Explain what it is.
So it's like you're like in this world and you have to have a job and you like it's like you do boring jobs. You're like a delivery driver. You're
GTA.
in GTA, like if you're driving, the police will like come and they'll like pull you over if you're breaking traffic laws, and it's a real person that's pulling you over. You have to like show up to court and plead your case to like not get a traffic because it'll fuck your shit up because you're poor at the beginning. So you gotta like be like, dude, please don't put me in jail. Then you got a lawyer there that was like defending you.
Damn, dude.
It was like, please, sir, he didn't see the sign. He was only going 5 over.
That stripper
and
you
he had
ran
to deal with
over?
like
That
corrupt
was a real
cops. The
person.
cops were corrupt, and the lawyer was trying to take down the cops.
It was.
So you were doing this instead of actually anything else.
He was cracking me. He was like, yeah, dude. I would boot up GTA and like clog into my cashier job. So you just like sit at a fucking cash register
It's
in
the
GTA.
future, dude. I'm telling you, it's the future. You may not like it, but it's what you're gonna be doing in 10 years. It's exciting. And look, Rockstar, they bought like 5M, the company that did it, and they're making their own like official RP servers. So 6 is gonna have it. 6 is gonna have full RP, and people are gonna lose their lives to it.
Zach was telling me this shit, and
Can you be a hooker?
What?
Can you be one of the hookers that people?
Yeah,
are
you
always-
can do anything you want.
Damn,
you can
dude.
make your own job. You can make your own business.
Imagine
there's
a
there's
world-
like criminal people that are being like hunted by like the police and stuff. Like they tried to get me into their organization, but I had to like file out. I had to like. They're like, if you want to do this, you gotta join. They're like, if you want to do this, you gotta join a separate Discord. You gotta like write. You have to like sign stuff.
Yeah,
They're like, we have to. They're like, we have to interview you if you.
Wait,
if you want
were
to do
you
this.
in Discords for this?
Yeah, you had to be in Discord. They made me download TeamSpeak, and I've never. That's ancient shit, dude. That's ancient. I only did it for like a month, and I was like, this is ruining my life. I gotta stop.
Did you feel yourself seduced by the offer of the criminal syndicate?
That was when it ended. That's when it ended. Like I think it was literally I was sitting there in the interview, and then my dad came in and like saw me doing it, and I was like, I'm never playing this again, dude. This is so embarrassing. He saw it happening. He just started like openly laughing at me, and I'm like, yeah, this is a bad look. I gotta.
You were in a job interview.
Yeah.
Could you imagine fucking getting sentenced to like 6 years in prison in GTA?
You could go to jail.
And
Yeah.
you
One
still-
time
and you
a
still-
cop.
You still turn the game on?
Yeah,
Can
you
I
log
ask
in.
you a very real question?
Yeah, sure.
Did you cancel plans to do any of this?
No, it was during COVID. So.
Oh, it was during COVID.
It was
All
during
right,
COVID,
that's
yeah.
fine. I thought this was recent.
No, this is not recent. This is during COVID.
Okay.
When I literally did not leave the house for a year. So,
Okay.
Hey, at least my snakes are real. All
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So that actually kind of saved my life. So yeah, shout out GTRP. Everyone play that shit. It rocks.
I love,
wild.
dude. I love talking with you because
Zach's got mad clout in GTA
Yeah.
RP, dude.
Zach is like 10 years younger than me, and he is so much smarter than me. But also, like I am so glad I did not grow up when you He's living like a totally like.
Yeah,
Alien
brain melt, dude.
existence.
Brain melt. It's horrible.
It's nice. I mean, it's made you into a very funny guy.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, the future. Everyone's going to be plugged into those VR headsets, and there's going to be some Filipino lady who comes and like cleans the dick cheese from in between your like legs.
Oh my god.
I thought we were doing dystopia. Future,
No, I
right?
agree. I didn't know she was Filipino. I would take the
Well,
headset off.
let's be realistic.
Yeah, I
what
mean-
else would she be?
They're so.
Who else is cleaning dick cheese?
I guess they really will inherit the earth, won't they?
Yeah.
While we're all plugged in.
Yeah. It's just going to be Filipinos doing karaoke. They're the last ones not plugged into VR, just having a great time.
That's honestly they got the best end of that deal.
Dude, they're like the most talented
Did you
group of
imagine
people
taking
ever.
the VR headset off and you're like, there's a Filipino paradise this whole time?
You think
I didn't
you
know.
hear Elvis singing and then you look and it's just like a little Filipino dude. You know how they can like change their voices, like they can sing American music.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
They're like gnomes. They can shapeshift as well.
They're like songbirds, dude.
No, they are. No, Filipino Asian karaoke it is actually something I really miss about LA is like Koreatown karaoke.
Okay.
Koreatown karaoke was so much fun.
Have you ever
Those-
seen Only God Forgives?
Yeah. mhm.
You know how he did
Yes.
that guy just does the karaoke?
And he's beautiful.
Yeah.
He's beautiful. It was right after he like murdered. Wait,
Yeah.
does he do karaoke after he like nails somebody's hands to
Yeah.
the chair? Yep,
Yep.
that's right.
Badass, dude.
That's a good movie. Yeah.
If I ever kill someone in a brutal way like that, I'm just gonna be like, where's the nearest
Yeah.
karaoke bar?
I have to go sing
I gotta
Celine
lock
Dion.
this in. The gods are watching.
What's your I have karaoke songs I go to. I always sing Reba McEntire at karaoke.
Reba McEntire.
I always sing Survivor.
You know how I can do a Reba impression?
I don't know that.
Hazelnut butter.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound like
It does sound
hazelnut? Because we used
I
to work
thought
at a
you were doing a
restaurant.
Japanese guy at first. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Hazelnut butter.
Hazelnut butter. You just gotta put your tongue in weird places in your mouth. You know.
You do voices pretty well, man.
Hazelnut. Shit. Thank you. Oh. Are we gonna talk about the fucking
10 more?
CEO?
Oh,
Getting shot.
Capped?
yeah. It's everybody. I like that. Everybody thinks it's cool.
Yeah. I wonder if people are gonna just run with that, because I think it's cool when it's the CEO of like United Healthcare, but somebody's gonna like misinterpret the vibe and just like shoot the CEO of Wendy's or something, and be like,
Yeah,
"Can I
true.
be cool too?" And everyone's
I mean,
like, "Yo, dude,
I think like
Frosties,
that'd be cool. If you, as long as we're keeping it to CEOs, I'm like, that's all right.
I don't know.
bring back the buy one get one for $1."
That is a good point though, because like every time there's like a cool political thing, it gets overdone to the point where you're like, God, every time a liberal sets himself on fire, I'm like, God, again?
Yeah.
Like, really? Do we need another one of these?
Yeah.
Like, I get it, you're mad.
It was cool when the monk did it. Like,
Yeah.
60 years ago.
Yeah, there were like 4 people.
I love the idea of now too, like with the amount of information out there, the whole idea of lighting yourself on fire for a political reason. It's just like somebody could literally walk up to you and be like, "Read this article," and then you're like, "Oh, better get this lighter fluid off myself."
Well, the true problem with the way that like white liberals light themselves on fire is that they don't do it cool. The reason why the monk is so cool is because he lit himself on fire and then he sat there.
yeah, you got to be a monk first. You can't just be.
You have to be detached from. You have to be able to like you
It's
got
not cool if you light yourself on fire and then scream and run around.
It's cringe. Honestly, it's a nuisance. It sucks.
Can you imagine lighting yourself on fire and then seeing through the flames, people laughing at you?
It annoyed me that one guy lit himself on fire and he was still trying to like shout things as he was burning. I was like, no, the act is the statement.
Yeah.
You idiot. Show don't
fucking
tell.
ruined it. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Guys, do you get it? You get what this is, what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the problem. Is like this stuff is like I agree with it. I almost do like I'm like like on paper. Well, you feel so passionately about a cause that you self-immolate. Like part of me is like that's incredible. That's beautiful.
Sure.
They do it wrong. They don't know how to do it right.
I think they're appropriating Tibetan culture.
That's also true. I don't like that either. Well, yeah, because they pull their eyes back as they light
Yeah,
themselves on fire.
Exactly.
But no, I mean, I think it's. I like that the guy was number one from Maryland. Salute, Maryland. I like that
Luigi.
he was like a he. It's the most I've ever felt represented by by a lone gunman because he was like politically incoherent and he loved like YouTube comedy.
Yeah.
So I'm like he was a fan of like Donkey. I was like, this guy is pretty awesome. I like him a lot.
Yeah, dude, he's a man of the people.
And he was so good with that gun. That was a ghost gun.
What's funny too is I think this is honestly it's like bringing people together in a bipartisan way.
Left and right are like, yeah, fuck that guy.
That is so like class like that. That's what this country needed was somebody to just put a cap in a CEO, and then the Republicans and the Democrats are like, "You're cool with this? Well, I'm cool with this."
Yeah,
You
I mean,
know?
everybody who's not part of like legacy media is cool with it, but like on NPR, they've been trying to spin it, and they've been trying to relate it to like anti-vaxxers who are attacking like hospital staff.
What?
I'm like, it's not the same at all. It's
How does
completely
this
different.
even make sense?
It's because it's a class thing, and that's what honestly we need to wake up to. That's the real issue is like the class divide, not the political divide. And this is like shit like this is making people at the top scared because they want to keep it left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's left and right, that's fine. But as soon as it becomes top and bottom, which is the class thing,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm about to.
No, you're right.
I
I
don't
mean,
really-
and I think that's actually why, because like on NPR, they were doing a story again today of like, the one question we can't answer is why have so many people across both sides of the political spectrum embrace the shooter? It's quite disturbing, and I'm like, you sound like fucking idiot. You sound evil, actually, is what you sound like.
Yep.
It's clear why people have embraced him. Everybody's been fucked over by the American healthcare system.
Yeah.
Nobody has health insurance. Even if you do have health insurance, you've got no coverage. Like,
Yeah.
The only people mad about it are rich people.
Yep. Well, they're scared. They're scared by it because they know
Because
that
the whole fucking Bolsheviks, whatever. I got 20 million people dead, but it's like it's different now.
It is different now. We'll do.
We're
it
only
better.
going to kill the bad ones.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I think it would be better. we should just start using like slingshots, because then it's like no one dies. But I think we should just start
wanna
hitting
annoy-
rich people with slingshots.
Well, the problem is if we do that, if that happens enough, they will just start mowing us down with like armed security guards.
Well, then
It
we
would
have-
be funny to just plank a lady with a fucking Birkin bag.
Yeah.
You just
Hornets. You remember
know,
Hornets from
out of a tree
middle
or
school?
something.
yes,
Dude,
yeah.
Just hit her with those.
that was
it
the
was
original.
like a social thing that rich people just had to worry about welts.
Yeah.
You know,
We got to do like catch and release with these CEOs. We don't kill them, but like imagine if you just like caught him and like just like tuned
Cut
him
off
up
an
for
ear.
a weekend.
It's like
Something
shark fin soup. Throw them back in the water.
Yeah, actually, yes, yeah, actually, that would be like I think that would be that might
It's
be
gonna
the
be
happy
Chinese
medium.
people in like a nice restaurant, just like eating rich people ears.
This the best part. The cartilage, the best. The eyes, the
Hell
most
yeah.
delicious for you.
Nice, yeah.
Eyes. That's what they say. If you have like an Asian in-law, like they always like the eye and the cheek. The scariest part of the fish is the part where they're like, I saved this just for you.
I saved eyeballs for you.
This for you, best part.
Yeah. No cornea for you. 1 year. I finally watched that Seinfeld episode.
No soup for you? Yeah. Oh, good.
I didn't know that was from a thing. I thought we were just being racist this whole time.
No, he's not even Chinese. He's
I
like
know.
a German guy.
I know.
He's not. He's like they call him the soup Nazi. He's like
Yeah.
Middle Eastern, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn. Good times.
Soup Nazi's nice. I like the soup Nazi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and the other, what the fuck? The other thing I was gonna bring. How much? I think we got like 5 minutes. Did you guys see? Have you guys been following the Syria stuff?
the what?
They overthrew. It's one of the funniest things ever because they overthrew the Assad regime in Syria.
Oh,
I miss him so much.
I thought you said serious.
Don't miss
like-
him, dude. He was the fucking goat, dude. They overthrew Assad, but they didn't kill him. Which is, I always think that's funny when that happens because that means he's like on somebody's couch right now. He's like you have to, how do you get back on your feet after you were the dictator of a country?
Yeah, you get
know what I
fired
mean?
from a. Imagine his resume though. He's going around.
It's gonna be so funny when he's like delivering my DoorDash order in 3 months. He's like, he's taking the picture of my bag. I'm like, were you Bashar al-Assad, the
Yeah.
dictator?
It's
of Syria?
crazy. The guys that were in his prison had been in there so long that when they got broken out, they thought it was like Saddam's guys that had gotten them.
Damn, dude.
They're like, buddy, wait, you don't even know,
Yeah.
dude.
It's like one
They
of those
freaked out when they
videos.
saw a smartphone. Like, it was insane, dude.
It's funny, yeah. When you're in
I've been
prison,
in here so long, I gotta furnish my house. Let's go to Sears. Let's go to Sears. And I would love a good book. Let's go to Barnes and Noble.
It's like those videos where they
I need
release
to pick up a new
the
copy of the Quran. Let's go to Barnes and Noble.
those videos where they release the chimps that got experimented on for years, and they're like chimpanzees touch grass for the first time in their life. That's what it's like now with them.
Yes,
being in a prison.
dude. Yeah, that's like it is. Somebody has a joke where they're like, prison is just like time travel. It's time travel, but in real time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit's crazy, dude.
Yeah, dude. I can't. But anyway, but I do miss. It's not right what they did to him, but I guess they toppled his regime fair
Yeah,
and
it's
square. But
fucked
I
up.
miss him like hell.
You
dude.
have
I
a Syrian
fucking-
regime nostalgia?
I do. I think because now, apparently, who's the new some militia took it over.
I don't know.
ATF. They're like a fundamentalist Muslim group, but they apparently are going to dissolve all the military groups, the different, and they're going to install democracy, which should go pretty nicely, I think.
I don't like
They said
how
they aren't going to make women cover their hair.
Nice. I don't like how how weak my brain is, that the way I have to think about it is that I think about the Atlantic Ocean, and then there's Europe and Africa, and then I think shit's just fucked over there. That's how I see it in my head. Is that shit's just fucky over there?
Yeah, I guess so.
All the coups kind of blend together, you know.
Well, that is true. It is. There is just constant,
Although you
power
know
vacuums.
what is crazy is I went on a little wormhole off of that shit and on YouTube the other day, and I watched. Have you ever seen the video of Saddam Hussein taking power, and he's got all of the political bureaucrats or whatever in a room, and this is on. You can watch this, and he's just taken power, and he's like, "Yeah, I found out a bunch of you guys are betrayed me or something." So, and he just starts reading out names of people who are. He's like, the only punishment is the sword. So he tells them all that whoever did this, and he's like, the people who have committed these crimes are in this room, and he starts reading off names, and these dudes have to just get up and get escorted out of the room to go get executed. And you can
Wasn't
watch.
it that it's the guys who aren't named have to go kill the guys that are named?
Probably.
Wasn't that what happened? He
Yeah.
named half the guys and then.
Dude, how are these Saddam was so hard. I like all these guys.
Yeah.
I like Gaddafi. I like
They're
Saddam.
cool guys,
They're
yeah.
cool guys. Dude,
Alphas.
Gaddafi used to have like he would have like hot ladies in bikinis with assault
Yeah.
rifles around him.
Democracy's kind of gay, honestly.
It kind of sucks.
Kinda sucks.
We need a caliphate or whatever. Right? Isn't that what we need a fundamentalist Muslim to come in. I guess we had that shot with Obama, and he didn't really bring about Vietnam. Listen, I'm kidding. All right.
It was a big disappointment.
It was a huge disappointment. I wish that Obama had been wearing Muslim garb or whatever Hillary Clinton said. I wish that he had turned us into a fundamentalist country, but alas. No, you guys not with me on that? All right, that's
Yeah,
fine.
no, I think it's great.
Just
Obama's
quietly
a
agreeing.
Muslim, fucking probably. He's from Kenya. I fucking hate that guy.
The cradle of Islam, Kenya.
Yeah, dude. Fucking. Oh yeah, you mean our Kenyan president we had? Let's fucking go, dude.
His birth certificate was in Arabic. I did see a picture of that, and that was what.
That was probably the real one. I bet. I bet you're the guy who saw it.
My friend, one of the weirdest things, I had a friend in we'll wrap this, well, we'll just wrap it up now. Never mind. I'm not going to get into my Obama birth certificate story, but I'll save it for
We'll
another
put a
time.
bow on that one.
We'll put a pin on that. All right, guys. Thank you, guys.